Dog, what? AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
AllBall, do you feel like Jay-Z should pay Dame Dash's taxes?
We could go here. We could absolutely go here.
He's gonna skip it. Go PC.
No. Hold on. No. I have something to say about that. Memphis Bleak just came out, right? Who I've never liked. Let's just be realistic. He's seriously.
Who do you like?
Great Flea. Great question. That's like,
if it ain't Rakim,
it's trash.
If it ain't Rakim, look,
I
let you cook. If it ain't Rakim, if it ain't Michael Jordan, and if it ain't Oxtails, this nigga don't like it. He don't like him. Fuck everybody else. I'm missing a couple. I'm missing a couple.
I love my brothers up here. I love the chat, and I love lamb chops. Right?
Lamb chops. Okay.
But in all seriousness, right? Seriousness, however you say that shit. Memphis Bleak just came out, and I just don't like when you kick people backs in when they down. It's okay to say no comment. I don't think everybody has to answer everything. But he just came out and explained like how Dame Dash, shysted Beanie Siegel, right? But to answer that question, yes, Jay-Z should help him. I understand Dame Dash, in the past has been terrible. However, their relationship, whatever. But yeah, he should help him. Y'all my brothers. I have other brothers that, they might not be up here, but I consider family. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. No matter what we went through. It's gonna be, I'm gonna help you indirectly. I'm gonna hand somebody else. You get what I'm like? I'm not like Jay-Z doesn't have to do it himself, but you know what? I have a whole bunch of people that work for me. I'm gonna help you to get back on your feet. I'm not gonna put you back on. So if you owe $1 million, I'll pay the $1 million. But that's it. I'm not helping you with a job. I'm not giving you extra money. No, but I think he should help him. Yes, I do, because no matter how people feel about Dame, they did have a brotherhood. He's the godfather of his children. They did have a relationship. And people say when it came to business, Dame Dash held it down as far as protecting his artists and Jay-Z. Now, what Bleak is saying about how, Dame Dash did certain things with money. Yes, Jay-Z should help him, man. Seriously, I don't know where we as human beings just all of a sudden don't have a heart. I don't understand that. Like I said, if I ain't got it, Flea, then I ain't got it. But if I got it and I have more than enough, Tupac said this. Big shout out to him, rest in peace. He said, and remember, this was 30 years ago. Yo, how does people have 30 million in their pocket and it's people with nothing? Bro, you and that man came in the game together. Y'all did something that till this day can never be done. Everybody's trying to do it. I love TDE. They did not have what Rocafella had. I love what CMG doing with Glorilla. Like, it's a lot of record labels that try to mimic. Now, they may have made more money. They artists may have, but what Rockefeller did for the culture, Jay-Z owe it to that man to help him out. I'm sorry. And like I said, I can help you out and still not be your friend. I can still say, yo, bro, how you did me or however, I can't fuck with you. But, bro, and that's it. So, yeah, I think he should lend him a helping hand. Real talk, because like I said, we human beings, man. We ain't monsters. Like I say, he ain't violate his mama or his kids or his wife. He just an asshole. Or did he?
Please look. You might as well. Yo, Flea, what you think? Are you a big J? Throw the rock sign up of the crew.
Be respectful. No, I don't do those things.
Never in your life do the rock sign
in life.
I ain't never do that in
life.
I gained a whole newfound respect for you. I thought you was I'm just saying. So people that love Jay-Z, they go crazy
in life.
So do you think that Jay-Z owes it to Dame to help him out right now, or whatever the case people are talking about on the internet?
No, I don't. And I'm the guy that I don't believe in holding grudges. I don't believe in that thing. I look at people weird when they hold grudges because it's so heavy to hold, right? If you release that, you will feel so much lighter. So I absolutely believe in not holding grudges and looking past and forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. But over the years, I've adopted a new mantra where is stop letting people play in your face, because people will continue to play in your face as long as you allow them to. And so there's got to be a line drawn at some point. Is OG right? Is the man thing to do? Are you a stand-up brother by knowing one of the peoples that you are connected with is struggling right now, and you know you got it to get him out of the jam? Like he said, not to put him on, but to get him out of the jam. I would absolutely do it, 1,000%. But I don't think, Hov is obligated to do it. I don't think.
Hold on, Fee. I just want to 2 seconds. I agree with you, Fabian. He doesn't owe him anything. I just think he should do it right. But I just want to say that, Flea, you can finish cooking. You're correct, Flea. He don't owe him anything. He don't have to do it. I think he should do it. But I just want to say that. Go ahead, Flea. Sorry.
Yeah. I just don't think that anybody like us, like we're asking the question, should he do it? OG saying yes, I'm saying no. But I don't think any of us feel like, or anybody should feel like Hov is obligated. Like, yo, if the call needs to be made to get Dame out of whatever he's got going on, the call should go to Jay-Z. I just think that's ridiculous. I don't think that's right. I think it's all good. You show who you are as a man because you got a couple of dollars. But we could have been showing who we are as men by mending what's been going on for the last 10, 15 years. We could have figured that out. So I don't think there's an obligation from Hov to do anything for him.
But hold on. Let me say this. I just thought this. Let me say this. I'm gonna say he's slightly obligated. Slightly. Let me explain why. You looked out for Lil Wayne. You looked out for Savage, 21 Savage. You looked out for Meek Mill. I mean, I understand, but I'm just saying still, you looked out for people that you didn't come up with. So for me, that changes my mind a little bit. I just thought of that.
But that's what a big homie is supposed to do. A big homie is supposed to look behind and say, yo, I can help out the guys that don't know no better. Me and Dame was in the trenches. We was in the mud together. You know better, nigga. Now I'm obligated because now I went left and got my shit right. You went left, talk shit the whole time you went left, and now shit ain't right, and I owe you? Like, I don't. Obligation is the wrong word. Being a stand-up man and helping you, 1,000%. But ain't no obligation to him. For what?
Yo, I think I don't want to make it a debate, but what Flea just said, the fact that Jay-Z is in this position, ain't nobody in no position to tell Jay-Z he's obligated to do a damn thing. Bro, I'm up crazy. I don't have to do anything. That's what an obligation is. I don't owe you nothing. We came in the game. I had a vision. You knew how to make that vision happen. Without Dame, there's no Jay. I don't care what anybody says. Without Puff, there's no Big. I don't care what anybody says. But at a certain point, it hit the intersection. It hit the crossroads. And Jay was like, yo, I want to see bigger. I learned a lot from what happened just here, and I know where to go, and he's here. And I'm gonna be straight up. I think Jay-Z took Rockaway from Dame Dash. I do. In real time, I said it. So, yo, wow. Now you came back with the Russians with 100 million? Damn. Did them dirty. Big Brooklyn. It's been 20 years, bro. You still didn't make another Hove. It's been 20 years, and Rockefeller was how long? 10 years?
Maybe, if that.
So it's been double the time that Rockefeller's been around that you guys ain't even cool no more. I'm not obligated, bro, because within that time, like you said, and this is how I am. I don't need to go. If me and Flea ain't cool no more, I'm not going anywhere to talk about Flea. What is there to talk about? I don't care what he says about me. He says something crazy to me, I'm gonna see you when I see you, bro. I don't care what Charlamagne's asking me. I don't. So
that's it right there.
this whole internet thing. Also, there's a big anti-Jay-Z thing going on. And that's why I try to be careful now with it, because I see too many people agreeing with it. Now Rock Nation's the devil, and maybe they are. Maybe they are. But you chose Dame Dash to be a part of the devil is Jay-Z. Why would you do that? And then you want his help, the devil's help? If he does help you, like he doesn't win either way. I'm gonna help you, and then what? You're gonna be back in the same spot? Bro, he's infamous for saying everything he's saying. I don't know if Dame really learns from anything. What do I gain from this? I'm trying to put, like Flea just said, Lil Wayne doesn't know any better. Dame Dash is older than all of us, I think. And he still acts like he doesn't know any better. To me, if it was anybody else, if he's shown growth, this wouldn't even be a conversation. He wouldn't even be in this position. He just wouldn't. Just to, and it's unfortunate because I always agreed with how Jay did Dame was dirty, but at a certain point, you had to get over it. You didn't sue him. You had all the obligation to do that, apparently, but you never did it because of some code that I don't even know what you're talking about. And now you're in a position where it's like in life. Now, the fact that this is even a topic of conversation is crazy.
See, and this is gonna be weird. I don't think he did him dirty. Hear me out. You two grown men, and after a while, remember y'all was partners. Let's not forget that y'all was partners. Y'all grown, and after a while, y'all ideas started going other ways. I mean, this may sound crazy, but how did Jay really do him dirty? Bro, I'm out of here on you. I don't want to do business with you no more. I don't want to. Hold on. Like I'm just like, for me, one thing with me, I deal with reality. I'm not right.
How we know, dirty? What we actually know. Like,
right, I'm doing it right. I don't know the
act like, I know people act like they know, and they don't know. Like
I know what I know.
On the surface, what did he do dirty to him?
To me, on the surface, it doesn't look like it's dirty. It looks like they had Rockefeller, you split it up. We got the money from Def Jam or Universal. Okay, cool. We had Rockaware, we split it up. You took your part, took my part. To me, from what I know, when you pop up 6 months later with a bunch of new partners that you could have had at the same time that you were with me, oh, that was money you knew about. You knew it was there. These Russians did not come out of nowhere. All I'm saying is that it was dirty. Doesn't matter, but that's how business is anyway. How he explained that to Dame, I don't know. All I know is you didn't do nothing about it anyway. That's been my thing with Dame. You crying on the internet for 2 decades about this. You didn't do nothing about it. You didn't sue him. You didn't do nothing. I'm just saying he's even said that's the thing what happened with Leo Cohen. That's torturous interference. The thing that happened with the Russian dudes, that's torturous interference. We're in a contract together where you're obligated. At that time, he was obligated to do everything in his power to make sure that that company is blasting off. And Jay was holding back for a reason. I'm not mad at him. So it's business.
This is just the last point I'm gonna have. Dame thought he was smarter than Jay-Z. To me, that's the problem. Dame thinks he's smarter, and he is a smart young man. But he thought he was smarter than Jay-Z, and he got outsmarted. And he had that street hood, you my man mentality in a world that doesn't exist. And how many times can someone show you who they are and you don't get it? So I just think, listen, man, I don't think he did him dirty. I just think, it's easy to say that. It's easy to say, yo, I mean, we grown, we adults, we were partners, we split. I went my way, you went your way. Now, if we hearing that Jay-Z blackballed him and this, like I said, Flea, you correct. I don't know the ins and outs. But unless I know for a fact when they split, Jay-Z blackballed him to where, because Dame said it himself, I didn't want to be in the music business no more.
He said that countless times.
So he said
right.
A lot.
So he ain't blackballed. Hold on, Fabian. No, hold on. So he didn't blackball you from the music business. You took it upon yourself to want to do art and want to do this and want to do this. So for me, this shit is weird, but I don't look at it like everybody else look at it. But just the initial, should he help him? Because that's what you know, quote unquote real niggas do. Like I said, for me, if it don't hurt, why not, bro? I don't see why I would want to see somebody, even though he put it upon himself, to just be in this situation. And like you said, Fabian, if he does help him and he puts himself in that situation again, that's on him. Of course, you don't help a second time, but how many times we've helped people and they right back? So it's weird, but yeah, Flea, you're correct. He's not obligated, Fabian, to do a damn thing. I agree with that.
And I just think Fabian mentions it. He's talking about 2 decades of just conversation, of chatting, of you know, selling your story and all of this, when you could have spent the last 20 years making sure you in a better position. How much has talking put you in a position to make more money? It hasn't. That little bullshit Vlad gives you, that's gone. That's your bills for the month, for the quarter. Like, what we talk, like, there's so many other things that he could have been doing, in my opinion, besides leaning into having that conversation anytime anybody wants to sit down and have the conversation. Because I don't think it's generating a lot of revenue. It would be one thing if you were generating a lot of revenue from being able to say your story and tell your story about what happened between you and Hove and Rocafella and Rockaway and all that kind of stuff. But you're not capitalizing on really making the money. Where's the real doc? Where's the documentary that you're executive producing? Where's the, you know what I'm saying? Where are all of these things that could be out here putting money in your pocket, but we're not looking at you like you a sucker? I look at you like you a sucker because you talk a lot. And it ain't now you broke. Really, the definition of broke. Now you broke, and we having conversations about Hove needs to come save you. Like, so I look at this very different. It ain't really about a Jay-Z and Dame thing. It could have been anybody. Like, the behavior wasn't conducive of me turning around and saying, okay, I forgive you. Here's $5 million to get you out.
We don't know that. We heard so many rumors about the personal side of it that it's like there's a lot with that, with girls involved and everything. And that to me has also always been the root of all evil. Dudes do not know how to keep themselves just chill, bro. And he's a menace with that, I think, Dame. And he's, like you said, Flea, this is what happens when you want to be all up in the videos, all up in the songs. You're not the artist. That was always so. And Jay-Z proved like, yo, I could be the artist and then turn this into something, because you're never promised. Like, how many artists actually even have this long of a tenure anyway? This is not promised. So to say this is a Jay-Z Dame thing, because it's Jay-Z's story at the end of the day. You're going to be a part of his story more than anything else. And you can't even accept that. And that's always my bottom line. Like, I'm perfectly fine. AllBall superstar, Flea superstar. I'm okay with all of that. We need to know they're scared, but I'm not. And we live before anything else.
Yeah, but I disagree with that point, because you're superstars. Well, I think everybody's a superstar in their own right. But but seriously, and I'm not saying that y'all my brothers. Like, I mean, like, even in the chat, we got some superstars in the chat. They be going crazy in the comments. For sure. But at the same time, we have to acknowledge and take accountability. Until Dame just takes accountability, bro. Bro, the way you treat and talk to people is insane. So I think that's where it starts and that's where it should end. I think anytime in life, even if he don't help you, okay, you feel what he did was wrong, cool. But 2 wrongs don't make a right. And when you fight fire with fire, we know them old sayings, it doesn't pan out. Remember, he did you dirty. Big shout out that movie. Have y'all ever seen the movie The Green Book?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yo, listen, Fleet, when y'all get a chance, watch the movie The Green Book. It's a true story, based on a true story. But it was one scene where the young man said, dignity always wins. Always wins. Flea, you can talk about me like a dog. What's going to happen if I do the same thing? Nice. So, Dave, no matter how bad you think Jay did you going up on these platforms talking about you trying to scoop Beyonce before him and he can't fight, and you just the insult after insult. It is not.
It's weird behavior. It's weird behavior to now turn around and say, "Here, give me." That's weird behavior, man. I'm sorry.
So for me, I always try to tell myself, dignity always wins. And at the same time, you know, listen, them brothers had a relationship. I do think Jay should do something to help him. But like I said, for me, it should be from arm's distance. Like I said, I'm the type, if I got a problem with you, I'll find somebody you cool with, and I get somebody I'm cool with. Yo, do this. They ain't even got to know it's coming from me, whether you know or not. But I'm the type, I'm not putting that in your hand. Okay, let's get the bills he owe. Okay, we're going to clear that out. It's on you now, bro. But for me, listen, man. He jammed himself up, bro. Jammed himself up. I'm sorry. He jammed himself up. And he been jamming himself up for probably 30 years, man. I'm sorry, man. Lord have mercy.
Everybody's in a lane right now. Like I know we're gonna move on, but everybody is in a lane right now that you was, you know, affiliated with or touched. There's all these podcast lanes. Why hasn't anybody called and said, Dame, we want to hear you talk weekly about Rocafella and all the stories that you have? Why hasn't anybody done that yet?
I'm gonna be real. They have, bro. You could tell his personality type. Again, bro, all you gotta do is sit there and chop it up and do these 10 episodes. It's not, to me, it's not that difficult, but it's difficult to speak to someone who's being difficult. He's just not an easy person to be around. And that's what I'm saying about like, yo, I don't have a problem with stepping back, shouting out La Turia. It's just, and the ego. It's the ego, bro. It's just in real time we see it. And it's not like he doesn't have a reason to have, like, I don't think my ego could ever be that inflated. I haven't been there yet. He was super up. Everything in real life on earth, his ego got him to a point where it was like, oh, damn, I'm living a life.
I'm gonna say this, and please let's get to some Knicks. Shout out Tori B, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. But let me just say this. Sometimes we think we great at things and we're just not. Like we have to start being honest with ourselves. There's things I'll do that I say to myself, I'm not good at that, bro. That's like me right now. You put a laptop in front of me and tell me do a code or do something, that shit. Bro, let's be realistic. Every movie he made was garbage. Like, it's just a lot of things that it wasn't it.
No. Not
every movie?
I'm not letting you fucking do that. Don't you fuck. And you the movie buff. Look, he took his glasses off. Look.
So hold on. No. Hold on. Y'all talking to a real movie nut. Hold on.
Fabian, let's get his ass.
He got Paid in Full.
Super classic.
Paid in Full is not his movie. Let's stop that. That's not his movie.
Okay. Hold on. So wait. I'm confused what his movie would be, because what is he gonna do with a movie? Write it? I don't want to see
executive produce. He's gonna executive produce.
So what is he supposed to do with a movie?
Hold on. He says he executive produce. He says he write. Listen, he says he does everything. He does the camera work. He does everything. State Property 1 and 2 is trash. Stop.
One is good. One is good.
I'll watch State Property.
One is good. One is good, OG.
You know how many bad movies I can watch?
Right. That's a bad movie. That's good. You know that. You know what it is. You know what I mean by it was good. All of the Paper Soldiers, a bad movie, but it's good. Like, I can watch it. I can laugh. It's good.
What was the other shit? The other shit he did? On the Rock.
Okay, hold on. So right, but you can't say that. And we saw Tyler Perry, who shout out to you. Good luck to you. I should say.
Did you watch Straw yet?
I saw 3 seconds of
it. You ain't watched.
But how can we say that? And we see Tyler Perry doing what he's doing, 50 Cent doing what he's doing. It's not. I don't think what 50 Cent doing is great, but what he's doing is great. All I'm saying is that if Dame had the capability, he had all of these things he was ahead of everybody, and he was doing this. Master P had hope, like he was doing all this: the fashion, the alcohol, clothing, music. He had everything that they're doing right now. What I'm saying is that there's a common denominator with all this and why it's not going anywhere. It's you. Play the background. You want to be the face of everything. That's the problem, bro. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let somebody else be the face of all that. Tyler Perry's not on the cover of all his films. You just said Straw. That's Taraji Henson's on the cover.
He did another weird movie with the guy that owed them money. Trash. I think it had Kevin Bacon in it. Bro. The catalog. Yo, let's get to the Knicks content, bro. Let's get to the Next content.
Listen, you said
The nigga said he did another movie with a nigga that owed him bread.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.